Good evening, and the monkey fucking flips the switch. Welcome to the Community Gamers Podcast. We are here with Carl, Eric, and Chase, all guys from the Core Racing series, and we just dropped down to 2 viewers. Jesus Christ, I shouldn't have said you guys' names. All right.
Sucks to suck, I guess.
Yeah, apparently you guys are hated. Fuck this shit.
It had to have been Carl.
Carl, get the fuck out of here. Hollywood, you're
Sorry,
up.
guys.
All right. So we're going to be talking about season 2 of Core Racing. We're getting this all ready, and Carl has a lot to talk about. He's been tirelessly putting together different tracks, picking shitty cars, matching it with the even worse track. I'm really excited to see you guys try and beat Carl on his home courses that he's choosing for himself. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm trying to handpick and make it easy for me. This year I've struggled. I didn't win every race, and I don't like.
Well, I think that's due to once again another handpicked track and car. So we need to get some more people in there just mixing up the shit. Chase, Eric, you guys can say hi. You don't have to be quiet.
Hey, how you doing? I was waiting for my cue. That was all.
Your cue was, "Hey guys, say hi."
I was jumping at this whole time. Shit.
Carl put me to sleep already. I'm sorry.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
I know, it was
Did
boring.
he went on his long tangent?
Mhm.
Oh. I mean,
So it looks we're gonna have 2 openings for next year for the Core Racing series. So
Oh man! All right, so we're getting close to the end of this season. Next season, what do you guys want to expect? What do you guys want to see? Obviously, you guys want to bring in more people. That's a big goal, but you guys have a pretty strict rule system, which you guys have been trying to keep to. But I guess what should people expect next season?
personally, I mean, with everybody getting together, we have a lot of fun when we do get together, and like I said, that's what makes it enjoyable. I mean, I personally myself, half these tracks I've never even been on. I'd say most of these vehicles I've never driven, but it's such a blast to be on there and learn with all these guys, and yet you can have fun doing it, and everybody's such a good group of guys that just makes it so enjoyable. And we want to add some people to that and continue to grow it and get some more people on board, and like I said, make core go to the top.
Yeah, watching you guys drive, it's been a lot of fun, especially when you guys do like some oddball stuff. And actually, it hasn't been too oddball. My favorite was actually doing the DW11s. Was that around Kentucky or Kansas?
now the
Oh,
DW
Michigan.
12s, that was
Michigan.
in
Yeah.
Michigan.
That was a blast. I there's some of these races like I wish I could just pop in with you guys and ride because I love Indy cars, and that was so much fun. Just practicing with you guys.
Yeah, I thought the first half was a lot better because it was Darlington, and I won that one.
He's not biased at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm honestly I'm intrigued to find out what kind of what you guys. Well, obviously we know which one Eric liked the most, but what did you guys like so far in season 1 track and car?
I like the NASCARs. That's just me. Yeah, Monster Energy, Xfinity trucks. That's kind of my forte. But I like it all though.
Yeah, I thought like he said, the Indy cars were interesting on how they sucked up and all that, and that's the first time I've ever raced those. And unfortunately, I got into trouble in that, but it was a lot of fun with those. I'm excited to go to Talladega with those this next season.
Yeah.
And run those.
I want to practice with you guys. That's gonna be fun.
Plus,
Yeah,
the super lates were also good, and other than the fact that Willie ran away with it, but
Yeah, really, that's what I'm trying to do, especially for next season. Just like we did this season, is kind of run the cars and tracks that you may have run, one or the other, but kind of mixing it up and running a truck on a course that you're never going to run before, or running the NASCAR on a truck you're never going to run, things like that, just to mix it up. So you may know the vehicle or you may know the track, but you're probably not going to know both.
Sorry about that, guys. I have
Yeah.
a Indian spam caller that's been calling me, telling him that there's a warrant out for my arrest, and so I've been kind of just putting him off on the hook and just waiting for a good
Pull him
moment.
in here. Pull him into the podcast.
If he calls back, I'll answer it.
Yeah, get him on here.
But he's been telling me that there's a warrant out for my arrest, and I've been telling him, like, I don't see it yet, man. Like, where is it? It's been a lot of fun.
If Goosebumps disappears, we know where he went.
Yeah, I got kidnapped by some Indian intelligence. Now let me tell you, your social security number has been pulled and you are wanted. It's a lot of fun. Sorry to interrupt that. Yeah, you're talking about oh shit. What were you talking about?
The different tracks.
Yeah.
The different track cars, yeah. And I think what's going to be neat is like a lot of these. I know the way Carl set this up this year or this next season. There's a lot of vehicles that in tracks that people own that come with the game, that come with iRacing. So that'll help bring a lot of people in. I think also as far as they're not having to purchase a lot of things, but then you also got the wild card of people sponsoring a race and changing it, and that also adds a lot of excitement to it too.
Yeah. There's I think there's one track that we talked about. I don't know if it was Talladega. I was talking with Carl, and I wanted to see you guys maybe race a little more technical race, in the sense of putting no competition caution, making it a long track, kind of an endurance run for you guys, but leaving it up to you guys where you have to time your pits and kind of just and work on it. There's no real expected half stage or 3-stage race. It's you got 150 laps, and it's on you guys to time it and space it and take the moments that you need to pit.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing for the crown jewel of the core racing series, the super lates at Myrtle Beach. It's a 125 lap race, but the fuel run is only 75, and there's not going to be any competition cautions. So regardless, you're going to have to pit at least once in that race. If there's no cautions, obviously. I mean, if we get a caution at say lap 40, you're probably going to be good to go to the end. But that'll definitely throw a little wrench into it.
A little more technical gameplay for you guys.
Yeah, because generally we try and keep the races short enough that it's fun. Nobody kind of runs away with it, and that's kind of the point of the whole competition caution too. That way, tracks that you could get spread out, especially on like the road courses.
Yeah.
I throw in the competition caution to kind of bring everybody back together. But that race there, it's a short track to begin with, and it should all be kind of close racing, even if you're catching up the lap cars. But that way, with the with less fuel in the tank, it gives you a chance to have the a fuel run, fuel strategy kind of race.
Yeah.
Is a sponsor that race the Beat Willie 125?
I mean, we can definitely make it that. Yeah, we'll find a way. We just won't tell Willie until that day.
Don't tell Willie, but I got us a different beer sponsor. I was able to pull us some Modelo's, so
that works. That works for me.
Just kidding. It'd be funny though to come over. Like, what's his hated beer? What can we like just put on everyone's car? His hated beer, whatever it is.
Poor Willie. I told him we were moving the Myrtle Beach race to November 8th, which is
gosh,
the day he's supposed to get married.
That should be a good day for him because he'll get married. He'll get to drive Myrtle Beach. It'll be all great experiences.
See, and that's where I think Willie and Eric have different priorities here, because Willie said that if you move the race to the 8th, that he would sacrifice the wedding and come race the core race. But Eric, on the other hand, is flirting with missing the I think the season opener. He said, because he's going to the 49ers Redskins game, because everybody's dying to go to that one.
Wait a minute, you're gonna miss the season opener for football?
I didn't say I was definitely going to miss it.
That sounds like a definite to me. I'm pretty sure Carl just, grapevined that into a definite.
If not, I've actually lined up a great backup. His name's Robbie Audie, and I plan on pulling him in for my backup for the first race if I need it.
Well, that's fine. He'll probably be pulling you into the pits after lap 1 when Willie takes him out.
It's too much bad blood on the track, guys. You guys need to be all love and peace and maybe put some flowers out there.
We are, but there are certain drivers that should not be mentioned.
It happens though, man. It's crazy. That's just like every game, sport, whatever's out there. You just got these people that are like oddballs.
Yeah, and we try and do our best to, kind of keep it a fun atmosphere in here, and I really think we do. I mean, all
Yeah.
the guys that we have that run in here in the core series, we all get along. We may yell at each other once or twice, like on the track or something like that, but basically at the end of the day, we're cracking a beer, talking afterwards.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the whole point about like doing anything. Just to have fun. If you're having fun, that's all that matters. If you're fucking hating it, like come on, man. Let's
to add to Carl and Eric said it earlier too. I mean, this whole league was built on it's a core league because we felt like after another league, another season, we felt like there were just too many of those drivers that you just don't want to race with, and so we refer to ourselves, the original group, as the core guys. And we're just a group of guys that we all enjoy racing with each other. Like Carl said, we can get upset with each other at times, but at the end of the day, we crack a beer at the end of the race, and it's like, we're all cool with each other, and we all genuinely enjoy each other's company and enjoy racing with each other.
Some people don't even wait till after the race to crack a beer.
and that is
Well-
Terry.
Probably most of the field, actually.
We need to get a picture of Terry just like driving one hand on the beer, one hand on his wheel, one hand on the beer, and just like post that on the side of his car, like make that his car skin for the day.
Well, hell, we can make the logo of that.
Yeah, that should be the core racing logo. Should be Terry.
Well, if we ever get the little like pictures aside of our names on the broadcast, we'll definitely make sure that's Terry.
That's not gonna happen. You're asking too much, sir.
Just throwing it out there.
That's big money stuff. Yeah, I got I was talking about with the overlay guy trying to set, like, he was telling me all the different options I had. He's like, well, you can make it so that like people can customize, like what their custom paints would be relayed onto the overlay, so that like if you had a different number and background paint, it would be up there. Sounds really cool until like you have some guy pull a white on white paint job, and then
Yeah,
you're
that
trying to
sounds
read his
like,
number.
Yeah, I could pick somebody right off the top of the bat. It's probably Keys.
Yeah,
He likes to do things.
and then I'll be looking up the broadcast and be like, looks like white is coming in. Whatever position that is. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit of the tracks about this season. Which one do you want to pull up first?
And we can start with the first race of the season and just kind of work our way through.
All right, let me pull up the schedule.
So while he's doing that, Carl, I did want to ask you. I forgot to ask you earlier. We don't have any like dirt races besides the rallycross. Is that correct?
No, there's
Yep.
the Eldor.
Oh, is Eldor
Yeah.
on that?
Yes, we
Okay.
actually have three technically dirt tracks. So we have the VW Beetle at Lanier, or Lanier.
Oh,
I
okay.
always say it wrong.
Oh, you remembered that. for me.
The
Sweet.
the Legends at Rallycross and the Dirt Street Stock at Eldora.
Okay,
All
gotcha.
right. So first one, we'll bring that up real fast. I can't pronounce this. Can someone pronounce it for me? It's Tskabuka.
Got it, nailed it first time. I
Look at me.
I assume it's Sakuba, but
Sakuba.
I could be wrong.
Oh, it's Japanese.
No, it's definitely Mexican.
No, I can see some Tsukuba. There we go. That's
Bless you.
Thank you. So this is
Hi.
So I'll pull up another aerial picture, but that is the track layout itself. Let's overlay the aerial. Rump. This is an aerial of it, so if we don't mind me doing some magic right now, check this out. Some big money stuff. Oh, don't look at that. So you can see right here, it's upside down, but you get the gist. You're gonna be coming through on this little guy right here. Oh look, they even have oval racing out there. That's pretty awesome.
I don't know, maybe like a dog track or something like that. I don't know what they do in Japan.
They race pigeons.
And the only dirt track oval pigeons. Yeah.
Dirt track oval pigeons.
Yeah, so this is where we're going to start the season as of right now. I mean, again, the schedule that we're talking about tonight is obviously subject to change. Like we mentioned, in previous that if anybody wants to sponsor a race, they are allowed to for $10, and they're allowed to change the track, change the vehicle, change the qualifying, change pretty much anything they want for it. But as of right now, this is the first race of the year. It's going to be at Tsukuba. We'll call it that for now, and we're going to be running the Pro 2 light trucks, which are mainly an off-road kind of vehicle that are supposed to be run on kind of like the dirt road courses, but we're going to be tackling the regular asphalt road course here. So, and they're a little slower, especially compared to their their the bigger brothers, the regular Pro 2s and the Pro 4s, but they handle pretty well around here. And if you get a little touchy with the gas, they do want to kick the back end out. So it should be pretty fun.
I'll be looking forward to this because I like to go off road a lot on road courses, so the trucks should fit perfect with this layout.
Yeah, you may actually gain a little bit of time going off track. So I'll have to put the incident limit at like 100.
That's right. I'll be launching off the rumple strips, all that fun
Are we
stuff.
gonna be sending it like we were with the fucking Optimus?
Well, I mean, as you should, yeah.
Just launch it over that corner. And they're going for oh, that's not turn 3. Just cut the course and jump it. You gotta do it really. What's up?
No, I said I will test that.
We need to do that and then cut in the audio clip from the guys like, what do you think? I'm gonna fucking send it anyways. To fucking the guy that the send it dude. Love it.
Yep.
So I spammed a chat with the podcast, and this guy was like, "Hey, Muska, do you have a Discord? I'd like to join and do nothing but tag everyone with invites to this Discord."
Kind of a dick move.
Yeah, it's not like I tagged, everyone. I just posted it. I don't know. He's sensitive right now, but it was kind of funny. I laughed at it. All right, let's. These are gonna be the Pro 2 lights, right?
Yep, these are the Pro 2 lights.
So here's a picture of a Pro 2 light. If you haven't seen a truck before, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's not like the truck series that NASCAR has, the Gander Outdoor Truck Series. This is more of the kind of like the off-road truck. So
Yeah.
you can see this is a picture of turn 1 right here, the hairpin in turn 1.
I believe this is it right here. Is this what you're talking about? The hairpin down here?
Nope, it's actually the one up to
Up
the
there.
left.
The big,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
big
the
dick
other
one.
hairpin. Yep,
Okay.
there you go.
So that we
The
have
one that's the one that's erect.
Yep, that one. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna start calling that. I gotta think of a good term for that now. That track, at least for that hairpin.
Something tells me Carl will be taking that one like a champ.
You think he's gonna take that one pretty hard?
All right, love you guys too.
All right, let's pull up the next track. So we have race number 2. It's gonna be Talladega. Let's pull up the aerial and the actual rink. Bloop. Don't mind me. So if you haven't seen a tri-oval, this is what it looks like. It's a beautiful track. This is where men have become men, and boys have become men. This is the big nacho, right?
Yeah, I mean this is one of the biggest. I'd venture to say it's probably the biggest tri-oval, at least in the North America. I don't know if there's any that are bigger in the world. I doubt it, but yeah, this is this is the big one here, and this is exactly like Daytona. For those that may for some reason not know Talladega, but it's a little over 2.5 miles, and the difference between this Talladega and Daytona is that Talladega is banked a lot more, and it's a little bit wider, so it's going to help. It's going to help with the Laura DW12s, which is what we ran in season 1 at Michigan. They're a little bit wider, but you'll easily be able to fit 3 wide, and you might be able to even squeeze 4 wide at this track. And it's going to be the same thing as Michigan this year. You're going to be able to suck up to the guy in front of you, and there's just going to be a ton of passing, and it's just watching out for people to lose front wings or rear wings or take themselves out of the race, because the Deloras are touchy, when it comes to parts coming off, and you don't want to lose anything here, especially if there's no caution for it, because you'll just be done for.
And at that note, I will drink to that.
Yeah, I definitely found that out at Michigan. On
Here
how
we go.
easily-
Picture of the Deloras. Quaker State Delora. This one is known for its oats. Oh, sorry, that's Quaker Oats, not Quaker State.
That's Quaker Oats. Yeah, this is more for the oil, but yes.
They still make the oil out of oats though, so don't worry about it.
And this one kind of goes to what you were looking for with the Myrtle Beach race. Is the fuel run here is set up for approximately 15 laps, and this will be a 40 lap race with a competition caution at 20. So if there's no caution in the first 20 laps, you're probably going to see a pit stop before the halfway point. So it's definitely going to put some strategy in there, and you're probably going to have people talking over chat and trying to pair up, because if you come in here by yourself and come out with no drafting partner, you're going to lose a ton of time.
God, I'm screwed. I have no friends.
I'll be your friend. Eric.
You just,
Oh wow, thanks, Jace.
oh man, making friends on a podcast, dude. This was a good idea.
Well, I did
You guys are so cute.
Hey, we are teammates in another league. I mean, I'm obligated to stick by his side.
All right.
You guys need a moment here, or
We're good.
Can you give us one?
Yeah,
Are
we
we allowed
can
to-
actually. Yeah, let's
Hey,
give you
do we
guys
have
a
commercial
moment.
breaks or something? If we have commercial breaks-
I can throw up an ad. I can make a commercial right now.
dude, make it a Holiday Inn ad, because I think they're gonna need a room here.
All right, Eric, hurry up.
Welcome to Motel 8. Motel 8 is a dirty place, a place where you can get super dirty and be okay. Actually, dude, Motel 8s are actually really nice, but they've gone down. They've gone downhill so fast. They used to be cool. And then you go there now, and it's just dirt, cockroaches, people outside asking you for a ride. It's the weirdest fucking shit. You're going to your room, they're like, hey man, can I get a ride? And you're like, I don't fucking know you, dude. Where do you want me to take you? And he's like, just down the street. And you're like, sounds kind of sketch, but all right, let's go.
Just to the next room down here.
You just I need to go pick up my Holmes essay. And you're like, all right, cool, let's go. How many guys we picking up tonight?
You guys sound a little bit seasoned at that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey man, sometimes you just gotta ride with life, just to go with the flow. If someone says, hey, let's go somewhere, you're like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where it ends up. You never know. Try it out.
And this is how people end up missing and on the news.
Exactly.
Well, with that being the case, I guess we'll jump to the next race here.
Yeah, so
So
track number
looks
3,
like you have
Charlotte.
yeah, track number
Charlotte.
3 here.
Charlotte, my bad.
I mean,
Hooked on
to
phonics
Tsukuba
coming out
was
right
bad
there.
enough, but now, yeah, you know how to say Charlotte. So.
Welcome to Charlotte Speedway.
All right, so what you're going to be looking at here is, for this race, we're going to be running the street stocks, and it's going to be on the infield here of Charlotte. It's going to be actually called the Legend RC Short Course. So that's why you're taking a look at kind of the infield here.
And if we crop this real fast, you'll be able to see something that I just noticed. Let's focus in on this. We have a
Carl
man.
being so good that he only needs 3 tires.
Exactly. Let's just identify this right here. 3 tires, guys. That's what you're gonna see at Charlotte. 3 tires, all day.
That's what we do. I mean, car's got so much power. That's it. That's what it is. So yeah, you can see the nice brightly colored infield there, the red, white, and blue. That's where we're going to be running this track. So again, it's kind of upside down. So you see the little the hairpin at the top right on the left picture. That's at the bottom right over here, or bottom left over here. Yep.
Yeah, I'm drawing it for you guys.
Yeah, he's just driving around the track backwards, but yeah, you get the idea.
Is that the way it needs to go?
Yeah. The cars sound a little bit differently, but yeah, yep.
Hey, as long as people get the gist about it. So that's track race number 3. Let's go to race number 4. Let's talk about the one, the only Indianapolis track. Man, that's hard for me to say. It does not roll off the tongue for me.
Yeah, so this is gonna fit, probably Chase a little bit more. This is more into his forte. This is obviously the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard, and we're gonna be bringing the Xfinity cars here. They run pretty well, and you can, for the most part, hold them flat out for the first couple laps, and then kind of lifting through turn 1 and turn 4, or actually turn 3. But other than that, I mean, it's just a big, long track. It's basically a super speedway, but the corners are flat and tight enough that that you're not going to be keeping full throttle the entire time. But you will see drafting just like at any other super speedway here, and you'll be able to pass pretty easily if you get good runs off the corners.
Yeah, this is one of these tracks with the way the corners are. Like, I mean, you really got to get good at the corners, getting off of them.
Now, is this? Sorry to interrupt.
up-
Is this a flat corner track?
Yes.
Oh,
It's got very slight banking. I want to say, I mean, I'm
Like
throwing it out there,
5
but I want to
degrees,
say
something
like
like
maybe 5 degrees or so. Yeah, it's not much.
so this comes down to just aero and mechanical downforce.
Yeah, it does. It does. And actually, I just looked it up. It's actually 9 degrees banking, so it's
Jesus.
very little compared to a lot of the tracks that we go to. And like Eric said, it's definitely corner entry and corner exit is what you need to get good at here, because there's really only one line through the corners. I mean, you can take the higher line or the middle line through the corners, but there's really no grip up there at all. It's
Really?
it's diving down to the white line on the inside is really your only bet for a good fast turn.
Oh wow.
Carl, I got a question for you.
I got an answer for you.
Do you? I don't know if you do.
I got
so.
some comments for you. I just wouldn't
Fire
be a
what
part
you
of
got.
it.
So, Carl, I noticed that you were reluctant to put Las Vegas on the schedule, and I just want to know why that might be.
Ooh, dropping in the big questions. All right, Carl, you're on the spot.
All right. Well, what I did was I tried to separate everything absolutely evenly across the board. So we have rally cross, we have dirt, we have road, we have 2 mile ovals, 1.5 to 2 mile ovals. Kind of spread out throughout the entire schedule. The reason I didn't add Las Vegas in there is because we have, I believe we have Charlotte in there, and we also have. There's another one that we have in there. I'm trying to see another 1.5 to 2 mile oval that we have. Oh, we have Homestead in there. So we have 1.5 to 2 mile ovals, and Las Vegas wasn't among the list of free tracks for my racing. Most of us in here have, we race the NASCAR series or Xfinity or whatever. So most of us probably have Las Vegas. So, if it doesn't come up this year from somebody sponsoring it, hint, hint, then it should probably show up in season 3.
That's what I was gonna be. I was gonna be like, Chase sponsors
Yeah.
the race.
Sponsor it, Chase. Sponsor.
I'm gonna have to do that. I mean, I kind of figured that if we left that up to Carl, he wouldn't put Las Vegas in there. But yeah, that's a pretty good cover up for why.
I mean,
So-
I do like Vegas.
So let me
I have
let
no
me
problem
chime
with
in
Vegas.
here. What happened in Vegas that you don't want people to know about?
I'd like to know myself. I mean, usually what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but apparently Chase has
No,
something.
it
on
follows
me.
you
I don't
home.
know. No, that's just herpes.
And babies.
No. I'm
So-
hanging that one over Carl's head because it's still fresh, but it's one of the tracks that I do believe that I am faster than Carl at.
Oh.
One of the many, but definitely one, and that's why I had to ask him because that one is still fresh. It was 2 weeks ago.
You'd be really fucked up, but fun to do. Is sponsor every race and make it Vegas.
That'd be a dick move, first of all. Second of all, well, we won't get into specifics here, but let's just say Chase actually didn't win the race, but we felt bad enough for him when he protested that that we gave him the win.
First of all, I never even protested. You guys are the ones that told me, "Hey, I think you actually won that," and I thought, "You're just yanking my chain. There's no way." And yeah, I went back and watched the replay, and sure enough, yeah, I thought, "Damn, I did win this race." And,
Yeah, to be fair, that is how it went down. He when I raced and caution came out, for some reason it showed the other guy as the leader, but when we looked at the actual video and when the caution came out, Chase was ahead, so he got awarded the win. So I'll give it to him. I'll give him his props.
thank you, Carl.
Given the
Carl,
props.
you don't have to worry. I'm not putting Darlington on there with the MX-5.
That's probably good for all of us. We already have an MX-5 race on the circuit here, so.
All right, next one is, everyone hold your breath, Myrtle Beach, race number 5. It's coming down.
Well,
Beat
that'll suit
Willie
Willie.
125.
It's the Busch Classic, or as
Bush Clash, but yep,
Busch.
close enough.
It's the Classic now.
Yeah.
Here. Boom, Busch Clash.
There you go. Boom.
I'm surprised it's not the Bush Latte.
If we could fit latte in that little description right there, we would. Yep. But yeah, this one is like I said, this is our per Willie Evernham. This is our
Keep
crown
posting
jewel
it up
of
for
the
you
year.
guys. Sorry, I'm having fun with it. Yeah, this one's a fun one to watch too. You know, it's a good track. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my tricycle down there again.
Yeah, that's really what paid off for you. You know, and actually no, Willie was the one tricycling, wasn't he?
No, it was me. I finished third.
Oh, it was
I
you. That
yeah, I
that
was
was a
down.
good advantage.
I was down there the week before, and no one would lend their late model to me, so I had to take my tricycle around the track.
Man, yeah,
And
I feel like I would have been rollerblading along the track with you. That's just, you know, no one. That's all. I
And
can
that's
take with me.
that's really what it takes to get good finishes in the core series. You have to go down there. You have to do the recon. You know, whatever it takes.
Yeah, you got to walk the field. If you don't walk the field, you don't know what's going on. You know,
Gotta walk the line.
you don't know if there's a pebble in the way. Brush that off, man. A nail on the road, brush it. You don't know. Someone could be setting traps for you.
Well, if there's a Willie in front of you, in one way or another.
Yeah, you can't avoid the Willie.
They're really, that's the truth. There's no way to avoid it.
You just can't avoid the Willie. Don't worry about that.
You try to, and it turns around and bites you
Yeah, she gets you every single time.
right in the ass.
Right?
I'm just gonna leave that one right alone.
No need. It's okay. We're all men here. All right.
But yeah, so for that race, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to do the super late models, and that one is going to be no competition caution. Our first race without a competition caution to kind of make it a potential fuel run if there's no regular cautions.
And after that, we have window number 6, the lady in brown, Lanyard, National Speedway, the short, the brown-haired, the fast, the dirty, the one you don't bring home to mother.
But yet
Lanyard.
another one that Goosebumps doesn't pronounce correctly. It is actually
no. Are you
Lanier.
serious? Is it really? Wow. Oh my God. No.
So he's got 3 of them now. So yeah, this is Lanier for everybody watching.
I think it's Lanier.
Yeah, it could be French. Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I quit.
He did get a little excited about the dirty brown.
I
Yeah,
did.
that's what it was. That's what it was. Oh yeah. So for this one, we're going to be doing it a little bit different. It's not going to be your typical dirt race because it's going to be
Boom.
the VW Beetles,
There you go.
which are typically a rallycross car, but we are going to be driving those on the dirt, on just the dirt oval. So it's going to be pretty fun. And I will warn you two guys, and I'll warn everybody else in the league once we get here. Make sure you put your handbrake on one of your buttons, or make sure you have a handbrake, because these cars will just push straight in the corners if you don't have the handbrake to kick the back end out.
You need a what? A hand what during this race? A hand what?
Not a hand. You need hand work to work that handbrake.
That's kind of handy, don't you think?
Yeah, buddy. So the other thing that we're going to be doing here is this is going to be a kind of a triple points night, because there's going to be, for the qualifying, there's going to be 2 15-lap heats with basically the field split completely in half, and the winners, or well, basically the entire field for both heats is going to get 50% points of what we normally get. So I think normally we get 40 points for the winner of a race. So that would actually be 20 points for the winner, and so on and so forth. And then after those two heats will be the 30 lap feature, which will be full points. So there'll be plenty of opportunities, kind of halfway through the season here to make some points up.
I'm sorry. Chris in chat just said, I really gotta hand it to you guys. You should give these puns a break. Oh boy. All right, so that's
well played, sir. Well played.
That's behind curtain number 6. Let me go ahead and close it off again. We'll pull up the next track.
Are we playing Let's Make a Deal now or something?
We are. All right, behind window number 7, we have the one, the only Phoenix.
If he says Phoenix, I'm done.
Phoenix. Phoenix International Raceway.
At least he didn't say phonics.
Yeah, I think he's being hooked on phonics tonight. Yeah, that's for sure.
That's what happened. Is my childhood was fucked on.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So Randall's gonna go ahead and take a break for the rest of the night, and we're just gonna go ahead and run this podcast by ourselves.
I'm just gonna mute my mic while I just get tongue twisted. I can't. Yeah. Whew. All right. So hit it.
All right. So for this one, we're gonna be running the SK modifieds, which are the asphalt version of modified cars. We do have a dirt version of the modifieds in iRacing, but this is gonna be the asphalt version. And this is going to be at the Phoenix, which is actually, this version of the track is retired for those that have been, watching NASCAR lately. It's actually, it's got all kinds of pavement on the backstretch and the little kink in the back. But this is going to be the 2011 version of Phoenix, so it's going to be, you're not going to be cutting the corner in the kink in the backstretch or anything like that. It's the old school version.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Now, Phoenix, this seems kind of would this be considered a tri-oval?
Yeah, it is considered a tri-oval. It's not much of a tri-oval, and it's almost kind of like a reverse tri-oval because the tri part of it is actually on the backstretch.
Mm-hmm.
So the start finish line is actually on the long straightaway.
So if I'm pointing on it, this is the finish line, and would we be going left or right?
You'd be going right from your pointer.
Okay. Whoa. So you're going to be entering on a short turn, exiting. So then that exit, I'm assuming you can actually hold out pretty heavy on the pedal, right?
Yeah, with these SK modifieds, you can hold it pretty flat. I mean, you're going to be getting off the gas a little bit in turn 1, and then right before you get into the long sweeping turn 3. This right here is a picture of the kink on the backstretch. As you can see, it has the grass, which is kind of how it was back in 2011. But yeah, it's these cars have big wide tires, and they grip the track pretty well, so it's not going to be too hard to handle them up front. So it should be a lot of close racing, because I don't think too many guys are going to be kicking out the back end, at least to begin with. Once they get a little late in the run with tires and with less fuel, they get a little more twitchy.
So
hey,
I'm
Chase,
go ahead.
Chase, he said the kink. Is that the driver behind the wheel?
Now the driver's kinky.
So I'm not familiar much with the SK modified. Why is it SK, and what does it really stand for? Because this looks kind of just like someone tried to make a muscle car into an Indy car.
One of you guys want to answer that? Because I'm actually not sure why it's actually called an SK. I'm not sure what that part of it is, but asphalt modifieds have looked like this for a long time.
Really?
Jason, do you have something?
Chase has left the building.
All right, looks like Chase is on a pee break. I'm going to go ahead and play the elevator music.
He is taking a shoulder.
He's taking a shoulder. All right, well, then we'll just pass on to the next one, and we'll bring it back up to him later. All right. Race number 8. The one you've all been waiting for. The one that I think is going to really show what these guys can do. It's going to be the one, the only Sliverstone.
Yep, nailed it again.
There we go.
So this is Silverstone, which is over in England, and it's going to be the Gander Outdoor Truck Series, so like the NASCAR trucks that do race on a couple of road courses of the year, but they never travel across seas to race here. So that's where we're going to be testing it out over here, and it's a pretty fun course, and it does have a couple high speed straightaways that you can you can let it flat out, but definitely has a couple technical areas that you're going to have to maneuver through, and if you get on the brakes too hard, the back end will just swing right around on you. So it should be pretty fun to see how these guys handle it there.
Now, with these trucks, I guess watching you guys race the Xfinity, I can't remember which track it was, but you had to cut into the inside road course. Those Xfinity cars looked a little unstable coming around those corners. You saw a lot of kind of like, I wouldn't say hopping, but your carriage was shaking as it's trying to transfer weight from those.
Yeah,
from
actually,
those
I
tires.
think you were thinking of the K&N cars when we did the K&N
Yeah.
cars. Those they were hopping. So you were correct in that they were definitely hopping across the track to try and grab some grip, try and grab some track. The trucks aren't going to be as bad for one because this is a nice smooth paved surface. The Atlanta road course that we were at there, it had a lot of hilly areas that you would be kind of bouncing around and things like that. But this is pretty much a flat track.
Okay, so it'll be a little bit easier on these guys.
And to get back to what SK stands for in modifieds, it
Okay.
means absolutely nothing.
Oh, it's just cool.
Evidently when they came up with the name, they were trying to figure out what they were going to call them, and everybody was coming up with these ideas. And the guy's wife said, "We're going to call them SK Modifieds," which stood for absolutely nothing.
All right, cool. SK Modifieds.
I mean,
don't worry about it, motherfucker.
I can answer what the Dallara DW12 stands for, which because I actually just found out the other day that the DW in the DW12 actually stands for Dan Weldon, who was an IndyCar racer that died on the track.
Oh damn.
So that's why they named the next version of the IndyCar after him.
Wow. All right.
Yep. I can attest to that one as well.
Oh, and he's back. All right, Chase.
How was
Sounds like he is taking a shoulder at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to take a shit. Sorry.
Well, since you took a shit, I'm gonna go take a shit. I'll let you guys keep talking.
Okay. So anyhow, my ex-girlfriend was at that race when he died. It was the first race she had ever went to. She was real young, but just a fun fact for you. So
that's rough. And here we go. Number 9. Before I leave to go use the pisser, we have Thompson Speedway. I got that one right.
Woo-hoo. Got one. You're relieved now. Well, go relieve yourself, I should say. All right. Man. So for this one, we were actually just talking about the K&N cars. We're going to be doing the K&N cars here, but we don't have to worry about a road course. But there probably will be some bouncing around because Thompson isn't exactly smooth. I'm sure some of you guys have probably raced at Thompson and some other cars, and you can attest to that. That it's almost kind of like multi-groove and multi-banking at Thompson. So it'll be a chore, especially with the new tire model for my racing that are on the K&N cars. It's going to be rough.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to handle it. Just get out of my way.
Get out of your way. All right, gotcha.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, but same thing with this one. This is actually going to be set up for kind of a fuel run too, because the fuel run for these are going to be roughly about 33 laps, and this is a 100-lap race with a competition caution at 60. So it's definitely going to turn into a pit strategy on the first half of the race, and definitely in the second half of the race unless there's cautions.
And there's a good chance I'll have a shot at the pole for that one too.
Well, I mean that's the only thing you look for.
Yeah, because points, it's a points invert for qualifying.
Very true. Yep. The points would be so whatever the championship points are at the time, it's going to be a complete invert. So last place will start first. So that's why, like you said, Eric will definitely have a shot at that.
Yes.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, everything come out all right?
No, it was kind of painful.
Shake it more than twice. You're playing with it, just so you know.
It's 3 times, thank you. I counted.
It's okay. It's yours. It's okay.
2. I think it's only 2.
All right, Homestead, Miami. This is where the winners are made.
There it is. He's back. He's back.
All right, Miami. This looks like a high banking track. That looks like what, at least 30 degrees or 25 degrees? Around those
Yeah,
corners?
I will. Yeah, I'll take a look at it right now, how
Let's
much it
pull up
is.
some
But
specs on
this
that.
is Homestead, Miami, and it's actually it says it's 9 degrees of banking, but it definitely feels like a lot more. Because that's the same banking. Well, actually,
I don't know.
that's
That
because
that looks like a
Indy.
lot.
Never mind. Yep, there we go. 18 to 20 degrees of banking.
There we
So
go.
that's
I
what
was
we
about
got.
to say
I thought
that
did the,
that 9 got
That's
smudged.
that's more like it. Yeah. Yep. So yeah. So this is Homestead, Miami. This is the site for the end of the season for the NASCAR. This is where they finish up the season. This is going to be hitting us kind of like right smack dab in the middle of our season, and we're going to be racing the Ford V8 supercars, which are
hey,
a
Carl.
bear to handle.
I'd hate to interrupt, but apparently Randy Post is upset that he wasn't invited into this little shitty chat group. He said, blah, 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 Carl, mediocre at best. Ha! Excuse you, sir.
Well, he is also in
Ye-
line to be sponsoring a race and changing it right away. So I don't think he likes anything I do. I think he likes to switch things up, and just like the rest of the guys in here, they like to rip a lot. So
I was going to say,
he's-
hey, man, pop in the chat would be cool, but the mediocre at best, that right there is a stab. That cuts
yeah,
deep.
that's harsh. That's harsh.
You could at least say, good job, not mediocre,
I would
right.
expect nothing less from him, though. I would expect nothing less.
Thanks for posting a comment post.
All
All right.
See what you did there.
Carl, I do got to know about the qualifying. On the qualifying on the schedule, you have minus 50%.
Yep. Yeah, that's obviously that's a typo. So that's going to be changed, but it's most likely going to be a 2-lap 5-minute qualifying for these the Ford V8 cars, which like I said, they're once you get up to speed and you're in 5th and 6th gear, they're fine, but pulling out of the pits and getting up to speed, they want to kick the back out in 4th gear. So coming off of pits, especially coming through if there's any kind of green flag pit stops, even under caution, it's gonna be fun to see probably everybody spinning out coming out of pit road.
So typo, minus 50%, but you said 2 laps, 5 minutes. That's a big typo.
Yeah, it's a typo that I forgot to typo it in.
Or is it the minus 50%? That's you're going to go halfway back in the field.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, 50% of the field is subtracted. So make sure you're not in that 50%.
Post, you can't take back what you said, all right? My feelings have been hurt. It's not about the banking. It was about this podcast. Let's move on with our lives. I'm over it. You're over it. Let's continue.
See, you done pissed off the broadcaster.
Now, which 50% are you going to be in, Randy? That's the question.
He's going to be in the pits. That's the 50%.
Right now, he's in the negative
right
50% for sure.
All right, so Homestead, Miami is going to be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and pop over to the next one. Now, this one is one of my favorites. For one reason, I have a hard time driving it, and the cars are freaking awesome. We have Daytona International Speedway, and I pronounced that correctly. I hope. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, that's one I shouldn't be able to screw up.
God, the picture on the left looks like some little kid took crayons and just drew it.
Right? It's pretty
I
colorful.
Get a good aerial, so I had the whole day to work on it. So thank you. I stayed inside the lines, so screw you guys.
That's debatable.
It's a rallycross course. There are no lines.
Well,
there's
actually,
only suggestions.
That's actually probably the line I take. It's probably that outer one. It's probably what he was
Exactly.
looking
Where we're going,
And-
we don't need roads.
We don't need roads with this classic Bonnie and Clyde shit right here. Coming in with a nice action shot, 2 feet off the deck. Look at that. Measure it yourself. Put your face under there. Add another face and a third, and that's 2 feet right there. Boom.
This is probably going to be one of Terry's favorite races here also, and hopefully Randy's favorite as well after he gets 50% kicked out of Homestead. This one will this one will be a favor for Terry because he raced pretty well in the rallycross that we had last year with these Legends cars, and they're a ton of fun, and it's amazing. You can go over these jumps as you can see me right there, and it doesn't harm the car at all. I mean,
Yeah, they're
they're kind of
indestructible.
beasts for how little they are. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but it's definitely going to be a fun kind of race when it comes to the feature. But the heat races will be something that we've never done before, and it's actually going to be head-to-head heat races for 1 lap, and the winner of each of those heats is going to get 5 bonus points for winning that little head-to-head battle.
5 big ones?
5 big ones. It's
Damn.
debatable. Right now it's starting at 5, but it could be changed by the time we get to that part of the season. But
You hear that,
it'll be
Post? You can
fun.
make up your 50% with that.
Yeah, all those points that he loses from Homestead, as
Homestead.
as the broadcast likes to call it.
Welcome to Homestead. All right. Yeah, this is a fun track. I always have a hard time with this back end right here. I can enter the jump pretty fine. I exit with the Legends. I'm pretty good with that. But this section right here always screws me up. I just don't know how to fucking drive it.
And once you come out of the jump, and the first little left hand turn isn't that bad, but then if you can set up the first right hand turn well, that you just kick out the back end for the second right hand turn, that's where you're gonna gain a lot of speed and a lot of time from people.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be the first race of the playoffs, because we're going to have 10 regular season races, and then the last 5 are going to be your playoff races. So this will kick off the playoffs.
Playoffs.
I want to say something about playoffs. Now, this is probably my favorite course, and the reason it's my favorite course is because I've never crashed so many cars on Forza 2 and GTA, or not GTA, Gran Turismo as a kid than this course. This course has destroyed my life of driving and crushed me every single time. The one, the only, Laguna Seca.
Sorry.
Laguna Seca.
Nothing to do with the fact that you're in California and there's a California track. There's no homerism here.
No, not at all. This track is an engineering masterpiece. It gives every single driver the thought of, oh shit, did I just turn at the right time?
Yeah, and it really is, because you can go off track really easy here. I mean, there's really no, basically the entire track is surrounded by by the kitty litter, as some people call it. I mean, it's you get off the track and you're in the sand, you're in the dirt, whatever it is, and it's getting back on track is always fun, especially with the Cadillac CTSs that we're going to be running here. They got a lot of power, and it's going to be fun, and especially obviously anybody that knows this track knows the corkscrew in turn 8 and turn 8A, which you see right here coming down to the bottom. This is pretty much what the track is famous for, and it's going to be fun, especially entering pretty much at full speed at the top of the corkscrew, and trying to brake and not kick it sideways to go down through the bottom with the grainy zoom in that we have here.
Yeah, these are the caddies. We have Chris over here saying he's loving the amount of road courses. Randy's just still bitching about whatever he's gonna do out there, hold her wide open. No, this is a fun course. I wish I was better at driving, because I would probably enjoy this course more. But just the corkscrew, that right there is, I don't know.
It gives you a boner. I got you.
It doesn't. It's not a boner. What it gives me is that feeling of like when you're on a roller coaster and it just drops. That just
and that's
stomach
really
dropping feeling. It's just beautiful.
That's exactly what the track does too. You go up through turn 7 and you're pretty much at the very top of the track, and then you get to turn 8 and it just drops down through the corkscrew. So you go from pretty much the top of the track to the bottom of the track through those next couple corners.
Yeah, and then you're wondering what happened. It's almost like Oh man, I don't know. It's insane. It's cool. It's fun, but
And I would like to see Randy hold her wide open going through the top there, and maybe he'll just take the corkscrew out of play and he'll just jump right over the whole thing, and he may get a little like the 10-second penalty, but it'd be fun.
I proved it's possible with the '68 Mustang. 4 is a 2. I skipped a whole section. I think I skipped 4 cars with that jump.
It's called a shortcut for a reason.
Yeah, send her wide open, bud. Just send it. All right. The one, the only Pocahontas Raceway.
Yep, Pocahontas, PA.
Yep. This is the one. This is the Triangle Raceway, known for its triangular corners and shape of itself. It's very much like a I believe that's a 90 degree. I forgot, what do they call those triangles? They have a specific name. A right angle triangle? No, it's not a triangle. It's a triangle.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. No, that's what the locals around here definitely, because this is probably like my home track if there's any. And yeah, people know it as the tricky triangle, and don't like when people call it a tri-oval, because it's completely different in all 3 corners, and all 3 corners are
Wait, are you
kind
being
of based
serious
on
right
other
now?
tracks. Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, okay. I
Yep.
didn't know you're fucking with me or not. Fucking with me.
No, it's actually called the tricky triangle.
Okay.
But yeah, all 3 corners are based on other tracks corners. Like one of the corners is based on Indy, and it's every corner drives differently. And with the cars that we're going to be taking here, the Daytona prototypes, which are generally meant to be run like the 24 hours of Le Mans or 24 hours of Daytona, we're going to be running these guys pretty much flat out around Pocono.
Yeah, pretty rear end picture for you right there.
Yep.
Carl, I got something for you here.
Yep. What do you got?
Can you name all 3 corners what tracks each one was named after?
Oh.
Or based off of, sorry. Replica.
I used to know, and honestly, no, I can't. I know one of them is Indy, and I forget the other.
Wrong.
Yeah,
Wrong answer. It's, what is Indy?
What is
Jay?
Indy?
Chase, you got it?
Yes. Wait, what do you mean? Which turn?
What? No, I
What,
know
turn four?
one of them is based off of Indy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, one's Indy. I think one's Milwaukee. And I used to know the other one. Shoot.
What is Milwaukee?
What is Milwaukee?
There you go.
That's right.
All right, let's look this up. Let's Google it real fast.
I can't for
while
life
you're
of
doing
me
that,
think of it.
Willie has posted on the core website. He wants to talk about boobies.
What? Hold up.
On the
What are
core
those?
Discord. Yeah.
I don't
I think
see
that
it on the core
maybe he
Is it in
thinks that's
general?
what one of the turns. Maybe he thinks that's what one of the turns looks like. I don't know.
Boobies.
I mean,
what
if
type
it's
of
not
racks are you
cool,
touching,
maybe.
Willie? Talk about boobies. Got it. What's that in the background? She just wants to live on her own. All right, we'll skip to the next one. Looks like you guys are shuffling some papers, getting your files in order.
Actually, I have it here. So it looks like turn 1 is modeled after Trenton Speedway. Turn 2 is Indy Motor Speedway, and then turn 3 is the Milwaukee.
Yep. Trenton was the other one. I couldn't think of it.
Alrighty, now we have the next beast to challenge. This one, the El Dorado Speedway.
Yep, this is Tony Stewart's track now. So Eldora, the second, well, as of right now, the second, third track that we're going to be going to, unless something changes. But this is going to be the dirt street stocks, which we raced in season 1. We raced them at USA Speedway. This time we're going to be doing them at Eldora for an 80-lap feature, which is going to be having 2 competition cautions at 25 and 50. So should give us a nice 30-lap stint to finish out the race. But this one I'm definitely looking forward to, because it's always fun going to dirt, and with the street stocks you can definitely bump and bang a little bit, and they got enough power that you can actually run multiple lines. You can run the low line's going to be fast probably to start off, but then once the track dries up and the moisture starts moving up the track, you're going to see the faster lines probably migrate to the middle or maybe even the top if we have enough power to get up there.
Yeah.
So we did have a question from a viewer, Carl. They want to know how many Zimas do you drink before a race?
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
Well, I try not to get too tipsy, so I try and keep it to a just a modest
Now,
3 before the race, and then usually 2 at the competition caution, and then another 4 when I'm celebrating the win afterward.
now as a West Coaster, I don't know what a Zima is. Can someone enlighten me on this?
We need to find them some and ship them out there.
Is it like vodka? Is it like tequila? Is it like drinking oh fuck, what's that shit called? That's just sugar.
It's a very refreshing
Smirnoff.
beer.
Is it like Smirnoff?
No. Honestly, I never had one, but yeah, you don't want one.
Don't lie. You've had one. You've tried it. It's okay.
I haven't had one. I've had 6. So
I've had 6.
Different. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. It's a beer. It's a clear beer. Zima.
Yes. Yep.
I'll keep my eyes out for it.
We can call it a beer, but it's not really. I guess it's the closest thing to a beer that you can get without being a beer.
It's water with sugar. That's about it. All right, coming to the end of this right now. Let's pull up the last track. This one is going to be a doozy for all of you. Once again, oops, hold up. Track just got loose from you. Just ran away. Now this is probably one of the most challenging races for you guys. I've seen you guys take it on before, but I don't know if you guys will be able to handle it one more time. We're at the Charolette Motor Speedway. This is the exterior track now. You're talking about lots of churning right here. Like look at these wide bends, just constant churning. And if anyone doesn't know, you'll be driving the beautiful Miatas. That's right, the MX-5s.
Yep. So we're bringing them back. So last time we drove the Roadsters, which were basically driving from the right seat of the car. This is just gonna be the regular left seat for all you Americans out there. But this is gonna be a track where with these cars you can hold it flat out. I tried to take as much fuel out of it as possible, just so we can maybe get close to maxing out 5th gear and maybe in the draft touching 6th gear. But these cars are not fast, but that also makes them very tight when it comes to the battles, because just like we had at Darlington, where our very own Eric Andrews came away with the win.
The victory.
Yes, these cars will race pretty close and pretty tight in the packs, and you can pretty much push the guy in front of you around the entire track. And Charlotte's going to be no different. It's going to be a little bit wider, so you may even see 3 lines worth of kind of at least 2x2 pushing each other around this track. And this is going to be our season finale, so double points, and the qualifying is a full points invert also. So you'll have to see the championship contenders come from the back.
And that's gonna pretty much do it for all these courses. So something I kind of wanted to tap into real fast before we call it a night, after we just highlighted everything for the season. How do you guys feel with the constant changing of iRacing and the new courses and the new cars coming in? I know they announced their 2019 kind of updates that they're going to be doing, and they plan on adding a bunch of new courses and also some new cars. And the whole exchange of the Xfinity cars too. How do you guys feel with the new Supra, Toyota Supra changing out the Toyota Camry, and then also the new Camaro and the new Mustang?
Yeah. Well, you see here, Phil, it's like this. In real life, in NASCAR, from week to week, they change different packages, whether it be the aero package, different parts of the car. They're constantly changing. They change cars, they change the manufacturers, change the models. It's all realistic. So I think that it's necessary for iRacing to keep up with that and also make some changes. It's just a part of racing.
Yeah, I think it adds more to more realism to the, you know, to iRacing. And especially like you said, keeping up on it, it just makes it so much more realistic, and but it also adds to the competition too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it also helps too with the when it comes to racing the open setup leagues and everything like that. Like I know the Supra, pretty much none of the old setups from the Camrys transferred over because of the new package with the Supras was kind of stock set up a lot lower and everything like that. So it kind of makes you go back to the drawing board and create new setups and figure out the new cars and everything like that. But it's good because like they're saying it's what they're going to be racing. What they are racing in the series. So that's what we should be racing on here. And the fact that they're kind of keeping up with it is good. And it definitely creates the realism factor that we kind of look for on here.
Definitely. Have you guys noticed really a driving difference between the new? I guess because they didn't really change the Mustang and the Camaro in the sense of model and make kind of thing. But has there been a different handling difference between those two cars?
Not that I've seen.
No.
It's just me.
The only thing that I've noticed is that the Supra handles a little bit more open than the Toyota Camry used to. It feels a little looser on the wheels.
Yeah, to me, I think the older Xfinity cars, all three of them were a lot more pushy, and they just wanted to kind of understeer through the turn every time. But these new ones, you can kind of handle them a little bit more, and the back end will at least come around with you instead of just kind of the front end just pushing right through the corner.
Now, can you say that about is that the model of the car, or is that because iRacing changes the setups as well from week or from season to season? So
I don't
you
know.
know, I find it difficult to kind of find which one's actually making the difference. Is it their setup or is it the actual car?
Yeah, I would say it's maybe not necessarily going from like a Camry to a Supra, but like I said, that the new cars are a lot lower with setup and everything like that. So I think that's definitely one of the reasons that helps it, kind of stay low to the ground and a lot more downforce to get around the corner, and it probably doesn't want to push as much. So yeah, I agree that that's probably more of what the case.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, what do you think about the new cars?
Um, Honestly, I haven't raced the old ones as much to really be able to tell a huge difference because I pretty much focus more on the trucks. But I mean, you can definitely tell a difference. I think it's actually, I mean, it resembles a lot more. It's on the TV how you get the packs and the way the cars suck up and all that. I mean, I could definitely tell a big difference on the sucking up of the cars and how you come up on, you know, how they're more of a it's almost more of a pack racing type of deal with the new cars.
Well, I mean you brought up like the trucks and kind of had that update was it earlier this year or last year when the trucks updated, and that was a learning curve in itself because we're so used to the trucks driving one way for you know years, and then all of a sudden they make it would seem like a minor change, but it changed the handling 100%. And there's some tracks where you kind of miss the old truck, and there's other tracks where the new truck is just that much better. I mean, you guys kind of feel the same way about that.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
So, kind of diving into that subject about kind of changing cars and stuff like that. Um, oh man, I just had a thought and it just flew out of my head. Um, damn it. Oh, I'm sorry. I like had a really good question and it just dropped.
Yes, I will be
Shit.
sponsoring a race and changing one of these damn.
Oh man. We'll
I
have to
I,
come
try,
back to it another time. Shit.
I tried to do Myrtle Beach and take it away from Willie, but you know.
I'd put it back in there for him. Can't take away his Bush classic.
Listen, I mean, would you feel the same way if he took away Darlington from you? I mean, Darlington's not on the schedule, but that's he did get a signature win there this year, so I understand why he's got a little
Oh,
he still holds it close to his heart.
oh yeah.
It's his darling, man. Can't take away his darling. All right, guys. Well, I think we've done a good job highlighting the next season of what's coming up. I'd like to probably do another podcast and maybe talk about how you guys got into iRacing, gaming, all that fun stuff. But that's probably a couple hours worth. So I'm definitely not going to bore anyone with that right now. Not bore people. That's the bad.
Yeah.
Man.
Thanks, Dick.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys. That is a Freudian slip on my part. Not bore. I don't want to dive into it right now because I think that'd be a really long conversation, and we got some tracks to test out. So I don't know, Carl. Have you told them what we're trying out today?
Yeah, so this Sunday's race is going to be the Kia Optimas at Lime Rock Park, which is a road course, and we tested them out the other night, and we were kind of deciding between 4 different cars. We settled on the Kia Optimas, and they're a pretty fun car to drive. I mean, they're not too fast, so it should have some good racing, some good tight racing, even though it's a road course. So that's what we're going to be doing testing a little bit later tonight, a little bit more, and then you guys will see that on Sunday night at the normal time.
Exactly. Sunday. Come out and check it out. And then Mondays we have ASR, and then on Wednesday we have High Octane. And then we'll be actually picking up, Death by Moose Media is picking up another league on Sundays. So we'll have a back-to-back on Sunday. We'll have a Xfinity a K&N or a Cup Series right before Core Racing. So it's going to be a blast. You guys need to tune in.
Absolutely. Everything on here is good stuff, even though it's Randall putting on the broadcast.
I
And messing
may
up track names.
I may mess up names here and there. I might call Jake Silva. I think it's
Saliva.
Saliva. I think it sounds better, or Chase Shoulda like shoulda. But hey,
And Condis. Yeah.
I'm trying here, okay? I put in the effort. If I mess up your name, if I mess up the track, tell me. I'll apologize. I'll fix it. I'll do my best to correct it when I'm reading off as fast as I can. And I'd like to thank both Chase and Eric for coming in tonight. It's fun talking to you guys. Once again, I really enjoy being a part of your guys' Core Racing group, or at least getting to experience. I'm not part of the group. I'm like on the exterior part. I'm like the kid outside the window, like, hey guys, can I join? And
You're the cousin that comes to hang out every once in a while. You're part of the family.
Yeah,
And-
thanks, Goose Butts.
Well played. Well played.
there goes my new nickname. Oh man. But yeah, I've had a blast, just watching you guys race, commentating, and just practicing with you guys afterwards. And I'm excited for season 2, and it's gonna be awesome. So let's just keep it going.
Yeah, and obviously a quick thank you again for Death by Moose Media, because you guys are going to be the sponsor for this weekend. So that's why we are racing the Kia Optimas at Lime Rock Park. That is Death by Moose Media's choice. So thank you again for that. And like I said before, anybody that wants to sponsor any race for next season, it's $10, and it's pretty much dealer's choice. You can pick what car you want, what track you want, or you can leave it the same and just pay to kind of hold that spot right where it is.
To secure your position, your victory. You hear that, Willie? You can pay $10 and secure your victory on the Busch Clash. Just want to throw it out there.
I'm gonna give him a run for his money.
Yeah, that one may end up turning into a bidding war. So
I think you should open it up to bidding wars. I think we can get a lot of money between these two.
I'll fire up the old eBay account, and I'll just start putting them on there, and we'll set a nice high, buy it now, for like $100 or something at a race.
120.
We'll just let it go from there. Yeah.
There you go. Buy the race now, 120, or you can bid up for it. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for tuning in, everyone that's watching. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. I really enjoy that you guys stay in tune with all the racing action, and we'll definitely have more coming your guys' way. So I hope everyone has a great night, and stay safe.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks for everything you do, man.
No, thank you. All right. I hope everyone has a good night. See you guys later.